Good afternoon, everyone. It's our immense pleasure to have with us Professor Dr. Ratna Nashine. Ma'am has been a chief patron of our courses and also among the course directors across so many of our 21-day programs. And it's our pleasure to have with us. Ma'am is Professor and Dean, College of Agriculture and Research, Station Narayanpur. And the topic she has chosen for deliberation today for this session is enhancing documentation and reporting skills of extension professionals. Ma'am, you are audible as well as visible. Also, your presentation is visible. And we have started recording the session. Please start.
Okay, thank you, Majid, for a brief introduction. And good afternoon to all the participants. Today, I have been allotted the topic, enhancing documentation and reporting skills of the extension professionals. As all you are extension professionals, you must have read in your college time that how the documentation has to be done and how the reporting has to be done. It is nothing but it's require your writing skill. So when we go for the basic definition of the document, it is the collection of the data and through which we record the evidences or any other things which we are doing in a work, and it is included both in electronic and paper format. Then a report, it is a spoken or written account of something that has been observed, heard, or done or investigated, and we report it to the senior, or we report to the our staff members or anyone. Documentation, then what is the documentation? As I have earlier told you that it is a writing skills only we require for the documentation. So documentation is a process of collecting, organizing, storing and retrieving the disseminated information, and output of the documentation can be in a written, visual or in a audio form about a practice, product or an event. So what are the different types of documents? So many of the documents are being brought out by the different organizations that include annual report, case studies, books or success stories, digest, newsletters and bulletin, guides, pamphlets, handbook, journals, magazines, occasional papers, policy briefing, position papers, magazines, reports, working paper, etc., etc., and so on. So this all requires your writing skill or in short. So reports can be academic, technical, or business oriented, and features recommendation for the specific action. And report are written into the written for the present the facts about the situation, project, or process, and will define and analyze the issue at hand. And the goal of the report is to rely on the observation or to the specific audience in a clear.
Sorry, ma'am, can you resume presenting? Just somebody accidentally started presenting. Can you resume presenting? Click on your this room, and at the bottom there would be resume presentation.
I am not seeing it.
Yeah, can you? Hello. You just need to click on the presentation, or go to the Chrome window. Go to the Chrome window. At the bottom, there would be resume presentation. One request to all the participants: you just have to click join. You do not have to click present. Please make sure that you click on join only, not present. Yeah, go to the PPT. Resume presenting. First click on resume. Have you resumed presenting?
Yeah, I have clicked on that resume presenting.
Is it visible to all the participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please, ma'am, continue. Please continue, ma'am.
Okay. So reporting the process of organizing data into the informational summaries in order to monitor how different areas of institute or business or event are performing. And the second one is that reporting is the presenting of the news in newspaper, radio or a television in an honest or impartial political reporting. Reporting means relating to the issue of the of reports. So the second part is about the electronic media or for the public information, public media. So what is the fundamental of objective of the document or report is to serve the people with the news, views, comment or information on the matters of technical research, political or public interest in fair and accurate and unbiased manner with decent language. So what are the reporting skills? What it is? This involves the set of skills person need to possess in order to successfully present any data or information in a written form to a receiver, and receiver can be anyone. The entire reporting process involves what? Setting an objective, data gathering and analysis tool, planning, drafting, editing, and designing the report. So this is the basic format which we require or process is there for making a report. So report, what it requires, it when you are preparing for any report, you have to take some time and plan your report. First, you conceptualize your report, that how you want to present, and you plan accordingly. Then before you start writing, you have to identify the audience also. In extension, naturally our audience are farmers, so we have to do accordingly. But when we are presenting reports in a formally in the offices, so we know that our higher authorities will see it. So we have to formulate our or plan our report accordingly. So report should be written and tailored to the reader's need and expectation. And while you are planning to for the reporting, then you have to consider some questions. That is, who are the readers, for what purpose we are writing the report, and why we need this report, and what information should be included in the report. So an anatomy of the report is that cover page, title, letter of transmittal if required, then table of contents, summary, report body, conclusion, references or works cited if any, and appendices. So cover page should explain the core purpose, one's report, and should have a minimum or no words, using simple pictures which conveys the broader and deeper meaning. And other information needed here includes the date and the report or was written or who wrote it, or otherwise. For official use, you write on the top of the corner. So and title, whatever the report you are making. Like if you are making a report on any research project, so you have to write the report research title, and after that who has compiled it, and some good photographs on that are showing about your research results. So in that you have to avoid the filmy or unwanted words, then avoid the long and meaningless words. Title should be small and eye-catching. One should always ask oneself if the title conveys the proper meaning. So this all you have to take into consideration while making a report. See, this I have made for the COVID-19 vaccination and Poshan Jagrukta Abhiyan, which we have conducted through NSS during from October 2020 till now we are doing it. So we have adopted one of the village, and this report was submitted to the Honorable Vice Chancellor. So when we were planning our cover page, so what happened, we have taken this logos. You must be seeing that Indira Gandhi's this mono is there and that NSS mono is there. So on left side, when we have designed our cover page with the background of pastel color, but what we have seen that we have, when we used this mono, it was having some white spot in that that, and the LSS, this mono was also not looking very good. So we have taken it on the white background and see how it is looking very comfortable, and it is also giving a good impression also, because here if you see that it is looking like that it is being pasted, but here it is looking very in a decent way. So this you have to take while you are preparing for a any problem? Any problem? Okay, so letter of transmittal, that is when you want to give a thanks or you want to give a summarized this thing. One thing I will request all the participants to mute themselves. It is my humble request, because I get disturbed. It's my humble request to all the participants, please mute yourself. So letter of transmittal, it is given for the persons who have helped you, or if additional research is done, and thanks to the reader, also the persons who have given you the total support. It includes, in one paragraph you have to give the background, then summarize, and then conclusion, and then what are the recommendations. That should be in one page only. Then content list, that is what we said, that index, what all your this thing are report is containing. In Hindi we called is Anukramanika. So it is like a roadmap, and it gives the total impression about your report, what the report is containing. And then we have to give the summary for the main ideas which the whole report is having. Then what report body includes, it includes introduction, that what report is about and why it is written, and we also give the background why we are presenting this report, and the and whatever the informations have been gathered. And main body, this section have the different names depending exactly upon how we have carried out the event or about our work, and then we analyze the data and give it to and present it. Then conclusion, it is also the what are our key findings that we give, and what the lessons we have learned, and it should be short and conversable. And the references, in simple word, it is the listing of all the resources which we have, from where the data has been collected or which is supporting your study. And the appendices, this is we include all the data that would otherwise distract the reader from flow of the report. So do and don'ts of the report writing: avoid the indirect speech, then use the authentic and statistical data only wherever it is necessary. Avoid beating around the bush and state the facts clearly and precisely. Means you don't have to write the filmy words, or you just moving around the things. You have to be very specific, very clearly, and whatever the data you are presenting, it should be in a precise manner. Use photographs and graphs if required. Acknowledge the source of information if it is used. Then report should be written from the recipient perspective. Be fair in the balancing the facts, and always check, verify, analysis, and then interpret the information. This is the very important point while writing the report. Then coming to the story writing, when it is also one of the type of documentation we are doing. So this poster has been made by the district authority, and one you are must be seeing one of the paper cutting in which we have given all the details about the how that farmer came to us, and what we have what technical guidance we have given, that is given in this whole of the our in paper. So that has been pasted over here, and you can see in a small this thing that story is coming out that Chhattisgarh सरकार के योजना साबित हुए है कारगर, कोरोना संकट काल में मिलिस आर्थिक मजबूती. So वनांचल के किसान संतोष, that farmer's name is संतोष, करत है पोट कमाई, means लाखों की कमाई उगा रहे हैं फल सब्जियां. So it is written in the Chhattisgarhi. So what is the success story and why we write the success story? It is to convey the our problems to the stakeholders and how we have identified and how the extension programs and activities were conducted and what are the results and what are the impacts that we have to show. So we write the success story. Then what is the difference between the success story and impact statement? Impact statement is that it is a very numeric and narrative data to show the value, while success story, it is little narrative description is there of the program. It sets the scenes, tells a story and documents how programming was made, has made the difference. And success story is usually about 500 words or less. Then success story, by telling success story, why we tell the success story? By telling the success story, other person can carry out the program in a same way with our experiences. Case study or success story creates the visibility, credibility and clarity around the value and application of the change management or change program. Then why we write the success story? Because of the lots of reasons are there, that it shows the need of value of the project or program, and for those who have given us the fundings, grants or money and other resources, and we are accountable for the donors. So we have to write that success story, and we want to communicate how the differences has been made in a different way, and how there is a continuity and support and participation of the people. So what do you write in the success story? It is to create a concrete narrative that can be visualized and become a part of it. And after all, what action has been taken and strongly identify and with the purpose in the life of the other. And another benefit is that there is a solid reference on the paper. Then how to write a success story? First, we have to identify the problem, that is what the situation was there. Then how was the response, that how it has affected the people or person. Then what are the outcomes of that and how the people were benefited, and evidences what the changes have been made and what the benefit has been made in a qualitative and quantitative data, both, and quote the beneficiaries in that. Then how to write the success story? That is 5 W's and 1 H is there, and that is the basic rule for all the things, that whatever we are documenting, these 5 W's are there and 1 H is there. So who is the stakeholders, or who are our beneficiaries? Then what change has been came and what change has taken place in this life, and when did the change occur? That how much the length of the program was there, or how much time it has been taken by the person to change it, and where it has been occurred, that is the location you have to tell, and how the interventions has been put in that, and how the change has been made, and why does the recipient feel that his or her life is better or has been changed, and gives the direct impact onto the story. So you have to quote the greater impact of the story while you are writing on that. So good success story uses the evidences and evaluation to show the value of extension. Success story, you can write it in for the entire program or a part of program, and you have to tell the noteworthy and significant change. Then what the earlier program, the program may be completed or in the earlier stage of the development, but with the important accomplishment you can describe in the middle of the program also. Then while we are writing a success story or taking a photograph, so we have to keep it a lot of things, because we in the reports and other things we are putting the photographs to show the evidences, because photographs are the very good evidences of your work, which can tell about that how you have worked. So and it also illustrates your story. It also gives the information about the what change you have made. So some photographs I have pasted over here. First photograph is there, that in extremely left you can see that it is being all the beneficiaries, they are sitting there, and some information is given on the agriculture point of view. That is because I am from, basically I am from a nutrition, so I am giving a nutrition information about the nutrition to them. But in second, in the middle one, you can see that one person is talking, and when this beneficiary is given something, so the other person is holding from the back, so he is becoming very conscious. And if you can see in a very big screen, then you will see that his expressions are very different. But in third photo, you can see that it is a normal way we are giving to the woman. So that photographs it giving you a very good impression, and their impression and their what to say, their facial expressions are very normal. So this you have to take in account while you are taking a photographs, because when you means it should be a action photograph, not the means made like you are asking them to that you stand like this, do you stand like this. You don't have to do that, because when you do that, become very conscious and their expressions changes. So that normal setting photographs should be there. Then people in your photos should be exhibit the courage, dignity, and determination. And framing your shot, you generally take a close-up, and one photograph should be from the back, that capturing the whole of your program, and then you from the close-ups you can take, and unique perspective you have to show. And for the shot, like a hunter, you have to be a patient and have the good and get the good photographs. And when you are taking the photographs, the other person should not know that you are taking a photograph. How do you share the success story? Your audience will understand what your methodology has been you have used, and that whatever the applications and the results are there, and what about the topic you are speaking, so that the success story should tell. And from your success story, other people should feel inspired or motivated. So this some of the PPT on PPT have presenting some success stories. That is the tuber crops, the lifeline of the tribals. So in a few lines that we have shown, I have shown that why tuber is important, then what KVK has demonstrated, then what is the impact, and photographs then of the tubers, and the demonstration of the KVK, how it is done, and then one of the paper cutting. See, when I was working in KVK at that time, this success story was made for the national presentation of the KVK workshop, when our KVK was selected for the presentation from the Bastar area. So this PPT was made. So in one PPT, we have shown the whole of the success story. Then about the tuber crops and their value-added products, we have shown the raw material also, and the products made from that. Then promote of the hybrid maize, enhanced income and tribal farmers and scope for the export. So we have shown on the left side in one corner, we have shown what is the situation, then growth of the maize in Bastar in a line graph, then role of KVK, and one of the photograph which is showing about the production from the farmers field. Then 80 tons of the maize. This is a very good success story of the Bastar for the maize. So we have given in a flow chart, and all this TV program was also carried out over there. Was also carried out by the Doordarshan. Then one of the paper cutting and all the farmers, and then in the field and Krishi Upaj Mandi, everything is there. So you can in a one slide only you can show the total of your story. And technology, about this also the presentation you can see in one slide we have given all the information. So in this type of things we can give in a PPT format. So what are the tips for making the PPT when you are writing a story? Keep a simple and to the point, easy transitions. Fonts should be chosen perfectly. Select the basic colors and make the images of high quality, make some contrast, use easy understandable charts and tables, and make a uniform theme, but not use the PowerPoint templates, and check it yourself, especially the wrong characters which will leave the bad impression to your audience, and classify your slides. So next, I have taken some of the color backgrounds and photos in the PPT. You can see the people, most of the people use a black this thing. It is very difficult for the last benchers to see and read from the last bench to what that has been written, or from the even from the 15 or 20 feet. So please take into consideration that the presentation is not only for you, but it is also for the audience. So your everything should be visible to the audience, and the color settings should be in a different way that when you are making a PPT, you are making with the desktop or laptop. So it is very easy because you are seeing from 1 feet or 2 feet. But when you are presenting on the this in a room, so it should be visible from 15 to 20 feet, so that your it is very clear. So accordingly, you have to take the background of the slide, as well as you have to take the color. So I have given some examples on that. Like, see if it is visible from the from 15-20 feet. Then next is there's a skill required for documentation. Some people use half dark side and half this thing, and they don't even take into consideration where the last 2-3 points are visible or not, and they don't even try to change the color. And here also it is some slide design is taken, and then they take it in this way. So take some pain to make your PPTs in a right way, and choose a right color, right background, and so that it is visible from a 15-20 feet or in a room within wherever you are presenting. And the last 2 slides are there. You can take a simple background also. So and using a black this color for the fonts and even if you can give the some light background on that, you can give it this you can write a word, so it is visible from the far away, visible from the last bench or in a big room also. Then you should set your photo in a proportional manner, because in the back slides you can see the some people they get it elongated, some in a square, then in a rectangular, in a very small size and all. So because since in my 27 years of experience, I have seen this. That's why I'm explaining you about this, and for the PPTs also, because most of the time when we see the presentation of others, it is not visible from the far. If we are sitting in a 15-20 feet room, it is not visible from the far 10 to 12 feet also. So see. Again, I have given this about the tribal women in the South Bastar. we have given the population and all, and this is the empowerment of women. That slide I worked for the empowerment of women. So one slide was there. So we have shown all the things in one slide, that how South Bastar tribal woman is working, and how she is doing the participating in this every sphere of life. Then even for the cultural heritage, we are not showing the different slides or pictures. We have accumulated in one, and we have written in a 2 or 3 this thing line, that whole of the information which we want to share, it has been shared. Then for this also, that community-based farming, this thing is there. So we have given in one this thing also. But one thing you see, that even on the this slide is written with the fenced for protecting open animal grazing, that is not visible. That only I want to show, that you, whenever you want to select the paper, font size and font colors, so you have to keep into consideration or keep in mind that it should be visible even if it is on the photograph. And this is one of the success story. Again, I want to tell you that not success story, but how the slide is or PPT is made, depicting the total agri-based model for the sustainable livelihood. And then in 3 slides, we have completed the success story of one of the farmer, that he was living in a mud house, and now he has built the this concrete house. And Malgaon ka Tulsi Bana Misal, poverty to prosperity, we are showing that. Then even if we are writing for a different media, what documentation means? Documentation means you are writing something for the purpose of for gathering the information or collecting the information, analyzing the data, or even for disseminating the information with the different medias. So when you are writing for a different media, that means that for a print media, newspaper, journals, magazine, booklet, poster, leaflet, brochures. Writing for electric media, scripting for the radio, television, writing for the digital media and new media. So why we are not writing, know our purpose. Again, the same thing is that whatever we are documenting or reporting, the 7 W's and 5 W's and 1 H is there. So for what we are preparing this communication, what is our purpose, what are the outcomes we are looking for, whether we want to create the awareness or we want to increase the level of information or knowledge or change the attitude, or we want to stimulate the action that the reader should take some action, and what message we want that our audience should take. And so when we are having the clear purpose of our writing, so we can write or document our things very nicely. So it is very important to know our audience, peers, senior officer, farmers, or for the general public we are writing. Then and one point you have to be very clear, that you have to write for your audience and not for yourself. Sometimes people goes on explaining that I have done like this, I have done like that, and it was very difficult, and then we have done a lot of working over there, and then so they are talking about themselves only in this thing, and the audience, they feel very bored about that. So always talk about your technology, because you have given that technology. So when you are explaining, the people know that you have worked on that. And what technical information we want to give, and avoid professional jargons every time, and always know the needs of our audience, and then only adapt the content and write about that. Then what points we should consider when we are writing for a print media or other medias? Headlines should get the reader's attention. Headlines should have the subheadings or bullet points, and instead of lengthy paragraphs, we should write a short paragraph. Then start with the quote, statistic or facts, and start with the interesting story, and keep the questions that keep the readers engaged or curious about that. Then body description, narration of the activity, support message. Again, I have told you what, why, who, when, where, how. These are the basic words that you have to keep in mind, and accordingly you have to write. Results and outcome analysis, limitations, challenges, and learnings. What you have learned, what were the limitations about your program, then what were the challenges, and what learning, because from every this thing we learn something about that program. And lastly, the conclusion we have to give, and the messages which support our study. Then elements which we have to take into consideration, that wherever we need the bullet form, we have to use the bullet form. We have to give the numbered leaves, use the visual aids like tables, graphs, charts, pie charts, flow charts, and review. Do a spell check and grammar check. It is very important, because different there and there. There means unka and there means wahan par. This all make a lot of differences. So keep in mind that whenever you are putting your documentation or writing your story or anything, you have to keep, you have to check the spellings also, and you have to check the grammar also. This is what one of the print media, which was the first story of my was written. Success story was written from my career. So the topic, the title was that, और कौशल्या की जिंदगी ने राह ढूंढ ली. And in this thing, in one of the this express pratibha के ऊपर में, that whatever it is written in a one box, it is written the statement of his her mother, which she told me when I was taking an interview of that Kaushalya. So it is in a question and answer form, and then the editor has given his comment. So this accordingly the title should be very eye-catchy, so the people like to learn it, to read it. Okay. Then poster and leaflets. This is one of the poster which I want to tell you, because we are all extension functionaries, we are all extension personals. We do present our posters and papers in conferences. So many of things are that they put something there, something, because when I go for the evaluation also, I have seen that a lot of people have got the messy things in the posters also. So see, when we are presenting our this thing, so on the left side you can see the before situation, and on the right side you can see the after situation, which the lady got the empowerment. And in between you see that today she is the CEO of one of the company, that is Ma Bamleshwari Agro Producer Company, in which she is producing the vermicomposting, and 2,000 women in that company. And this rural lady from Fafamar, this is one of the block in Churia of Rajnandgaon district. She became a CEO, and it is the company is being made. And when I was working under VTP program, so one company was made, and there she became a CEO. So this is the success story or a case study of the Dhaneshwari. And in the extremely right hand corner, now she is also expanding her business, and they are making the agarbatti also, which is selling in a large quantity in a Rajnandgaon, Chhattisgarh, and also to the other state. So this was in 2000, I think 2019. I have presented this. So this type of things can be like with the photographs also we can depict the lot of things. This is also known as the photojournalism. If you come to know a new this thing, words about that. Then these are the examples of poster. This I have taken from the Manage. One of the this thing I have attended program of Manage, that is MOOC course. So in that it was given, so I have taken it from there. So these are the examples of the posters. This type of posters also we can give for the information. This is for the Atma, and this is farmer to farmer extension complements the public extension system. So this poster also give the full information. Then this is also the poster. Whatever I am showing here, it is all from the manage I have taken. So linking organic farming to market. So on this, they have given the, in a very brief, they have given what are the services they are providing, and what are the success stories also are there, and agri-clinic, agri-business startup. So these are the posters they have given. Then handbooks, a farmer-friendly handbook for the schemes and programs to 18 and 19, skill development schemes in Desi and all, they have given. And see how the catchy their cover page is there. Then booklets and specific themes and technology, whatever you have to write, bulletins and digests are there. So all these are the things which we know from in the extension, and we read in different types of the when we are doing our MSc or PhD also. Then policy briefs are these are also the making the policy briefs. So you can see how many policy briefs are there. Then this is the leaflet which we have made for the malaria, this thing. And we also given the whole of the things on in one leaflet, that how malaria can be combated. Then writing for electronic media, it requires something different, that you have to have the clarity both in sentence length and also the words chosen. Then for radio, if you are writing the news story, we should use for the news story, we should use the familiar word and conversational style, and sentences must be crisp and short, and pictures building is very important. When you are giving any description in the radio, the picture should be built in the person's mind. Then avoid too much of the data and jargon. Whereas in television, both audio and visual communication is there. So you have to use the important words and pictures to match whatever the messages you are giving. Then online media, which combines the features of the print as well as broadcast media. Interactivity should be there. Multimedia you are using. So online news report story can be text, audio, visual, video clips, graphics, and other methods to tell your story. Then online media can reach the wide audience and offer enormous space for the news writing. The news published online can be rectified or updated instantly. Writing for new media, that is web, it is a more informal writing style. Consciousness and clarity is important. Shorter post leads to a better engagement. Visual helps to break and the text and maintain the user's interest. Active voice should be used. Short and straightforward headlines should be there, which should be a clear, concise, direct, which are preferable. So looking a quick look on that, what makes a documentation effective? So that is, we should have a clear objective, good organization, clear, concise, and accurate, appropriate language, styles, persuasive and interesting, correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation makes the effective documentation. Structuring content, organizational patterns, if there's topical, chronological, general to specific, comparison, cause and effect, before and after, or problem to solution. You can choose any of the organizational pattern. And documentation in writing, you have some do's and don'ts. That is, use active voice, not passive. Use short and complete sentences, regular and simple words. Be concise, choose words very clearly, and the word should not have a double meaning. Do not use the jargons and do not use the abbreviations and acronyms unless they have been explained the first time they have been used. Then writing for a news, so every social media network is different and requires a different own format and style of writing. Content needs to be packaged for each platform, different audience, different objectives. Writing and message should be adjusted accordingly. And with that, my lecture is come to end, and I'm very thankful for your patience hearing. If any questions,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, now if there are any questions from the participants, ma'am is here with us. You can direct your questions to ma'am right now. One question is in chat. How to explore the possibilities? How to explore the possibilities of making a good report?
You
Thank
have
you,
to
ma'am,
organize
presentation on how to. Yeah, this is not a question essay. Basically, it is basically a thank you.
Okay. See, basically what I want to tell to the participants, that whenever you are making a presentation, you just organized yourself first, and what you want to present, you just make a list of that, and then what all what all you want to present in your presentation, or in a report also. Because I'm not means I don't want to say that I'm very good in the presentation, but always my presentations were liked by higher authorities, and I was always called for in the ICR for the presentation wherever I was the KVK in charge. For 3 times from Bastar, I have been gone. I had gone for a presentation for the national presentation, and 4 times from the Dantewada KVK I went for presentation in higher level committee meeting. So because if you make a very concise and precise your presentation, you are the master of your own this thing what you want, because no other one knows that what you have worked. You have to show them that you have worked in that way, but in a very concise and precise manner. Because if you are going up to present 68 or 78 slides, nobody has got that much of time to see your presentation, and they will say, oh, skip off. But when you give in a 2 or 3 slides, like I have presented the success stories, that all are the work which I have done in KVK with my colleagues, that all has been presented over there, and the color combination and the photographs and your data should be very clear. Because what happened whenever you are presenting, so most of the time people say, if they say ki, how your data is like this, oh, it is a typing mistake. That's why I'm telling, then before presenting, you have to see whether your data is correct or not. Because when you are standing there and when you are presenting, so you should not feel shame on yourself that you have not able to present the work, even though you have worked very nicely. So keep in mind, whenever you are presenting, keep all the things accurately. If you are not able to analyze your data, take help of somebody and ask them that whether it is correct or not. Even if I am on a dean post, when I am presenting my data, or when I'm presenting this thing, so I take the help of other deans also, and I tell them, sir, if anything is wrong, just tell me. There is nothing wrong if you are taking these advices of your seniors or your colleagues. There is nothing wrong. I say that it will improve, because I always say that when criticism comes, it helps you to grow. But when you are being always pampered and you are saying that you are present very good, so your growth stops over there. But when criticism or the other person tell you that you have done a wrong thing and your data is not correct, or your data is not up to the mark, even you have worked very nicely. So take as a good this thing, in a good faith, you take it and you just improve and incorporate in your presentation. That will be very good. Even in report writing, so lengthy things are written in that. I've seen many of the reports that comes to me, and I've seen that they are writing a lot of things, that soil was black, and then we have added some this thing and all sort of things, and then farmer was advised. You just write it that his field was not in a bad, it was not in an appropriate condition for this crop. So the certain technical guidance was given, and accordingly the field was prepared. So anybody we can understand. If I have got some question on that, then I will contact you that what actions were taken, because you are going to write it in somewhere in box also, na? That soil was alkaline or soil was acidic or something, and then the pH was maintained or something like that. You will say, like whatever the story I have shown on that district authority has posted on the poster of that Santosh. That was given that when he came with to my college and asked me that, madam, I will take rice over there. So I said that I will, because that field is very good for rice. So I said that first we will visit with our team, and then only we can advise you what actually crop or what things you can take over there. We went there. It is a red soil, and it was mattasi. That is a mix of some clay and other type of soil is there. So we call it here as a mattasi. And there was a lot of problem of this white ant also, that what we call Dimak. So we asked him that first you treat this termitorium and treatment for the white ant, then only here you can take the crops and all other things. Otherwise the crop is not going to sustain for a long time, because if white ants are there, they will cut its roots and all. So first we have asked him to do the this thing, white ant treatment. That was done. After that, he has taken a lot of fruits and this thing. So watermelon was taken, then cucumber was taken, and he's selling about 80 quintals of this chili he has sold. And tomorrow he has called me because he's supplying this all the things, because we are living here at Narayanpur. That is one of the very backward area. This Narayanpur district has got two, this thing I want to tell you in a short, that it has got 2 blocks only. One Orcha block is there, and you will very surprised that it is unsurveyed. It is only one block in India which is unsurveyed. And it is known as Abujmar. Abujmar means in Hindi, Abujmar means jisko bujha nahi ja sakta. Mar means hills, and Abuj means bujha nahi ja sakta. You don't know. So kitni sari hills hai, that is not known over here. Because I'm going for this COVID vaccination awareness program with this doctors team. So we are going continuously for 3-4 kilometers. We are walking, and then we suddenly one valley comes and we see that there is some settlement is there. Then we have to go there, then explain them. And this these people, they are very traditionally this thing, and they don't even listen that this COVID is pandemic. They say that it is a Devi ka prakop hai aur isliye hum koi vaccination nahi lenge. So for that we are working and we are motivating, and we are means awareness program is continuously taken by this thing. And I'm a program officer of NSS also, so I'm going with this medical team to aware them about the COVID-19 pandemic. So we are getting this also good results from some of the villages also, but in some of the villages still we have to work. So what I am telling that whatever you are doing a very good. You are scientists, you are very learned persons, and I think just small things, if you improve in your presentation or in your writing skills, that will bring you on the top. So with that, I just say thank you to you all for listening me patiently. And I think no questions are there. I've also got meeting now. So at 3:45, I'm also having a meeting. So if any questions are there, you can ask me.
Any questions, please ask.
I think you all enjoyed the presentation and everything. Presentation was good. Or any suggestions you want to give me for improvement or anything?
Am I audible?
Yes, Jairaj.
Jairaj sir, speak out. You are from Kerala Agriculture University.
Yeah, I have posted a few comments because all our enhancing documentation reporting skills are about the completed projects. But actually, in the extension system, that project has to gear up in the farmer's field. So, is there any mechanism to convince the farmers about conveying the technologies in a layman point of view? But actually, most of the cases, we are simply seeing that a mere translation of package of practices that no farmers are not at adopting. So, is there any program or any strategy to convince the farming community about the methodology or technology developed by various research stations in their own languages to improve their income in such a way that we should assure them that if you adopt this much will be the output? In that way, I think our extension system has to be changed. Otherwise, just simply reporting the findings and the concluded reports, that will help us in making our career. What about the farming? Before launching a project, how we are going to convince the farmers? We are so many tools are there. Still, this writing skills or awareness program, what are the other possibilities? That is what I mentioned in our chat box.
Yeah, you have mentioned. I have not seen. Just I'll go through it. Okay. Shamarti Manjulatha. You want to ask question? Just give me. Dr. Jairaj, I want to tell you that for the advisory system, I think a lot of media is being used for giving the your technology or this thing to the farming community. And I don't know why you are saying that this for farming community, our program is not going very nicely, because what we are seeing that we always give the demonstrations or the technologies, whatever we show. So we first take the progressive farmer of the village and we put in that demonstrations in their field, and after that some other extension methods are used for that, and we are getting the success in most of the programs. And I don't say that I've in all the programs, but in some of the programs we are also finding the difficulties, because this where I am working, the area is very backward, and to convince the people from their traditional to modernization, it takes a lot of time. So and a lot of efforts has to be put in that. So we are working still working in that, but your suggestions are very welcome and very good. Thank you for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Manjulata. In most of the cases, what happened, Dr. Jairaj, in most of the cases, what happened, people means for 2-3 days they go to the field, and after that means they are not continuously monitoring also. In that case also, farmer is not attracted towards our technology. If you are continuously going there for 15-20 days, so right from providing to right from the preparation of the land till sowing, and after that you are monitoring after every 10-20 days or 10-20 days, so the farmer gets attracted and also adopt the technology very quickly. This is my experience from whenever
that is what I want to comment, ma'am. So actually, after completing one program, the benchmark is how many master trainees were formed in that group. That will be the benchmark for the horizontal spread. So in that way, we have to convince the farming community also along with the implementation of projects. Then only it will reflect in other programs also. That is what I mentioned. Usually what happens means we are distributing so many leaflets that is simply the translation of POPs. So no farmers is going to read all those things. So this is actual situation where we lacks our extension system and the farmers are going their own way. That is the main problem in almost major part of the sector. That is what I want to mention.
Yeah, Dr. Jairaj, I also want to tell over here that in Chhattisgarh we have got a 27 KVKs which are working very effectively in each district. And even if you can see the KVK Kaker, then you can see the KVK Sukma, which is in the Naxalite area. Even that KVK is working very nicely and farmers are adopting the technologies over there. Then from the North Hills, we have got the main part, then Ambikapur, Sarguja, KVK Sarguja is there. From plains, we have got Durg KVK, Raipur KVK. They are working very nicely and farmers are adopting, and nowadays farmers are coming to this KVK for technology. And they have made that they have built that confidence even in KVK Dantewada. It is also working very nicely in South Bastar. So they have built that confidence in the farmers. Now farmers are coming to the KVK for the technology, and the PCs, they have developed a very good rapport with the farmers. Bastar, in North Kaker,
Madam, that is happening in almost all the KVKs. My humble suggestion is that the methodology adopted by a particular program, that has to be highlighted in our reporting or enhancing the documentation writing things. Then only that will be adopted in other parts of the country. That is my suggestion.
So, I understood this thing. That only I am telling that whenever you are writing a report, you have to tell about your methodology also, na? That you have adopted how the this has taken the change has taken the place. So that is only your methodology. You have to depict in the reports also.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Are there any further questions, or I think we've reached the end of our session that is supposed to be 1 hour long, and ma'am also has presentation these meetings even after this meeting. If there are no questions, we can consider the session to be concluded. And on behalf of the organizing committee and on behalf of all the participants, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am, for being with us. It's always a pleasure having you with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. No, okay, thank you.